Tennessee Homestead. How the heck are you today? Hopefully doing real good. Looking forward to the new week. Man, it is cold in Tennessee, man. Let me tell you. Ice, snow, yuck. It's just been awful. And I guess it's supposed to be that way, for the rest of this week. My goal was, that I'd set forth for myself, was I was only going to use one video, barn chat, to cover political things. And so this is, I've had to switch over. You can't cover the current stuff because every day of this government has just been a three-ring circus. And now with Time Magazine coming out with all that nonsense of how they fortified the election, I'm sorry, folks, that when you have to change all the rules at the last minute, states like Pennsylvania violated their own constitution, pulling the nonsense they pulled. But I figure Pennsylvania can do that. If this is what they wanted, that's fine, because their fracking and all that's going to get stopped in Pennsylvania, and it's probably going to put about a large portion of that state out of work. So they're going to get punished for their stupidity. But it was, unconstitutional the way they did their election. They know it. They've seen the evidence on the election and some of the complaints, doing nothing about it, Arizona, they're still fighting down there. I'm sorry, maybe it's, for a while I'd worked as a police officer, reservist, but police officer. And I would have to look at this Maricopa County Board of Electors and say, what are these guys hiding? Why won't they let their bosses do an audit without fighting tooth and nail? That tells me they're hiding something, okay? And that way, most of you that are in law enforcement out there, when somebody won't let you search a vehicle and they're acting a little suspicious about it, you're going to bring out the dogs, man. You're going to check that thing from stem to stern, hoping the dog signals so you can tear that car apart and find out what they're hiding. That's the way Maricopa County Board of Supervisors are going about this. There's no reason for this. If they had nothing to hide, if they indeed had nothing to hide, you and I both know, if somebody came up to me and I had a stack of paperwork in my hand and they said, we think you pulled some nonsense with that paperwork, and I knew that the paperwork was clean, and they wanted to do an audit, here you go, let's do it. Wouldn't hesitate. Instead, they're spending all kinds of money on legal fees and things of this nature to fight the people who have constitutional authority over doing the audit. Something's wrong. Like I said, Pennsylvania, flatly wrong. What people need to be working on right now is making sure that this never happens again. With the Time Magazine article, they're not even denying the nonsense they pulled. Matter of fact, they're bragging about it. And it makes me wonder, has Democrats went to the point to where the average Democratic voter thinks lying, cheating, carrying on like this is okay, as long as they win? Is that it? Is that what you people have become? Okay? Just do me a favor. Quit calling yourselves Americans, because you're nothing close to American. That's communist kind of crap. So admit to what you are. And if you are an American Democrat, you should be as ticked as everybody else is about this. And you should be demanding your politicians come clean. Didn't we have the impeachment of Donald Trump? Isn't that something? Democrats, 2 strikes and you're out. Okay? Can't nail him on anything else. Couldn't even really nail him on his second impeachment. The man left office. Impeachment, by definition, is used to remove somebody from office. Couldn't do it, could you? And the shenanigans pulled that time. Lying, altering videos, altering texts. There's nothing you people won't do, is there? There is no morals or scruples in that party. None. It's not to say that that the Republicans are a bunch of saints either. I'm just saying I've never seen anything like this. Lie, cheat, steal, do whatever you have to do to get power. It's disgraceful. And you call yourself American? Here again, no. That's how usually communists live in third world countries. So why don't you wear at least the appropriate level? I mean, you're in power of the government right now. You might as well just say, okay, we're communists and we're darn proud of it. Making such a big deal of minor stuff. But couldn't even, you had nothing to impeach the man for, and you darn well knew. And for you to even drag out, and this is the one I love, is that even drug out the old thing about Charlottesville. Trying to say he said it was, white nationalists and neo-Nazis he's called good people. No, he didn't. At no point in time. Matter of fact, he denounced them a couple of times in that speech. And you all know it. You edited it out. That's what CNN and MSNBC and NBC and ABC and CBS has all become real good at, to where you can't be trusted as far as what you say. And any Democrats that listen to you are foolish. You know, I don't mind them listening. I will listen to you. Okay? And then I go out and find out what the real story is. Yeah. I go watch the speeches. I go read the articles. And usually, I would say probably 95% of the time, mainstream media is full of beans. And they're lying deliberately. And they're fabricating the truth. Anybody who doesn't think that's happening, you're, my friend, a fool. And you're too dumb to go out and check behind them. And so long as you continue to be like that, they're going to continue to do what they're doing to you. And then you're going to run around mouthing these lies and going, well, no, it's you conservatives that don't understand. No, us conservatives know that everybody will lie. So you better check behind both sides. I don't believe Fox News is 100% honest. Really don't. Don't even watch them. But I go look at the original text. Okay? And that's what tells the story. So, with that being said, this administration has been a joke. This government has been a joke. Instead of working on, you have people out here that are having tough times because of your lockdowns and your nonsense. And they're having rough times. Americans are having hard times. So, now of course, y'all promised, but as soon as we get the election squared away and if we are in power, we're immediately going to address these issues. We're going to take care of this stuff, blah, 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 blah. Liars. Liars. That's all you are. The fact of the matter is, the only thing that was on you guys' mind was trying to impeach Donald Trump. A man that left office. You wanted to impeach, to remove from office. Still haven't figured that one out yet. How much in tax dollars was wasted there? I know we waste a lot in your salaries right now every month. Shouldn't be paying you clowns a dime for what you get accomplished. Not a dime. Let you get your money from your lobbyists and so forth and leave the tax money alone. Have managed to destroy jobs and put us back into the same energy mess we were in under Obama. Yeah, his rocket science. And they didn't talk about this much on the news, so maybe if you're a Democrat and you're listening to this, you'll be the new time hearing it. The fact that Obama, with his ethanol deal, where he had started building refineries and having corn growers grow all this extra corn for ethanol to be save Mother Earth, until the scientists came back and put their arm around his neck and said, you do know you're creating more carbon damage by what you're doing than if you just left it alone. Because they were turning all that ground that was under conservation, releasing all that carbon into the atmosphere, and hallelujah, our carbon levels jumped way the heck up under Obama. I guess maybe he wanted it to look good so he could scream global warming. There's global warming, all right, but it was coming out of the White House, straight out of the Oval Office, because he's a fool. Don't worry about global warming. If you're in Tennessee right now, you wouldn't be talking about global warming. It's cold here. Has been for about a week. If it wasn't costing us so much money, this would be funny. But it does cost a lot of money. Money we don't have, folks. We just don't have. Our government's crawled back into bed with Red China. Why didn't I just say that? We want to be like Red China. We're going to be Red China's best friend. At least you'd have been honest. I mean, when you think about it, folks, if you own a corporation, a large corporation, let's say, and you're looking for a new CEO, and you go down to the local pub to have drinks with some of the other execs, and you see this waitress running around, and she's got a nice smile and so forth, would you seriously go, hey, honey, you want to come run our company? That's where a lot of these people are coming from, like AOC. Bartender one round and running the largest nation on planet Earth the next. She still shows that she has all the bartender tendencies. Girl hasn't got a lick of sense. Not a lick of sense. Of course, she almost died in the big uproar at the Capitol building. Wasn't nowhere near it. Here again. Liar. Which I guess should move her up in the ranks of the Democratic Party, because they really are a pack of liars. There's no honesty in them. There's no truth in them. And the Republicans are about as bad. And now they're all sweating blood, Republicans and Democrats, because technically at this point, Donald Trump could run again in 2024. Wouldn't surprise me if he did it just to tick him off. Yeah, just for the fun of it. The only problem is he'd probably run as a Republican, and I couldn't vote for him because I will never vote for another Republican. Ever. Ever. Again. Y'all are dead to me. The way you turned your back, started shoving knives into Donald Trump's back before he could even walk out of the office. And for some of you like Mitt Romney and that chick out of Alaska, voting with the Democrats, why don't you two just join the Democratic Party? Seriously. You're not Republicans. You're not even conservatives. You're running on your parents' names. That's right, children. Mitt Romney would not be where he's at today if it weren't for his daddy. And neither would Murkowski. This is not royalty that's automatically passed generation to generation. Yeah. And I know on both of you, anybody go to primary, I'll contribute to their campaign. Definitely throw money to them. Because you guys need to stay home. I used to like Utah. And then drive Mitt Romney out of Utah. Not just kick him out of office, but drive him out of the state. Why don't you move your butt over to Oregon? You'll fit in better. But that's where we're at with all this. Oh, lying Biden sitting in the Oval Office. Like I said, I'm sorry, but I will not call that man the President of the United States because I personally believe that until these states that had all these problems step up, do proper audits, monitored audits, and resolve that question with the American people, whether or not these were good elections, then no. I'm not going to recognize the man as a duly elected president. I'm sorry. Okay? Just don't buy it. I'm not saying fraud took place. I'm just saying this was pretty screwed up. And I've been around through a lot of elections, and I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. Never seen anything. Too many questions not answered. Too many problems. All right, and when poll watchers are not allowed to get there to where they can see what's going on and truly watch the polls, truly watch the counts, then as far as I'm concerned, you're up to no good. If you're deliberately keeping poll watchers away from watching what you're doing, you're probably up to no good. I could be totally wrong. Somehow I don't think so. Enough of all that. Where are we going with this? Well, to be honest with you, I'm not real sure. I don't see any economic progress continuing to be made. Matter of fact, we're going to see unemployment numbers start jumping up probably by next month due to the Keystone Pipeline and things of this nature being shut down. They're pushing hard for gun control. I can understand that. But one thing in this last few minutes I'd like to talk to you. You know, right now, and I put that one video up where I had those rap songs in there. And the gentleman really, like the a lot of folks say they call it spitting truth. He's spitting a lot of truth. And it's not just him. It's a lot going on. A lot in the black community and so forth. The black community needs to wake up and understand that if they allow all these illegal aliens to stay, give citizenship to 11 million that are currently here, that's going to affect, out of most people, it's going to affect the minorities a lot, especially the black community. Okay? That's going to affect your jobs. And still, you go up and pull that little lever for the D's. Makes no sense, people. You're voting against your own best interest. I understand that. But the main thing is, and that's something we all need to wake up to, we are currently in a situation of where we have got the media, mainstream media, social media, doing their little thing out there. We have politicians. They wouldn't tell you the truth if, you was holding a gun on them. Seriously. I don't think they know what truth is. They have been lying to the American public so long they don't know any other way. Lying, cheating, yeah, it's a mess. Then you have corporations who would rather us be like Red China because, hey, it's easier to control, labor costs less, blah, blah, blah. You have all that piled up against you as Americans. And the only way that they can keep this all under control is to go, hey, you blacks, you can't like whites. You can maybe get along with some of the Asians, but, maybe not the Hispanics. And they've got everybody divided up by races. Now they're trying to divide it all up by sexes and working hot and heavy on religions. Divide and conquer. Put us all in little boxes. Keep us fighting amongst ourselves. Okay? That's the goal. Because as long as they can keep us fighting amongst ourselves, there's little to no opportunity for us to sit down and actually start talking about the real issues that face all of us. Every one of us. Because should we sit down and start talking about the issues that face everyone, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Muslim, that face all of us in this nation, we would discover that we got some major problems. We've got a media system that's working us over. We've got a political system that doesn't work, is not working for us. And that's primarily because we're trying to be a democracy. And we were once a constitutional republic. They're trying to change that. They're actually shooting for communists, but that's where we're at. They played divide and conquer with the people. Because Americans, as a people, have a nasty habit of going, oh no, that's enough. You've went too far. They have told you to stay home, wear masks, which the scientific community is divided on all that nonsense. 1 week it's don't wear masks, then wear masks, now wear 2 masks, put on 3, put a plastic bag over your head. Why don't you just stay inside? Don't come out. Oh no, don't pay any attention to what us elites are doing. This virus doesn't affect elites. Well, we can go party and not wear masks and all that sort of nonsense. It's you, peons, that we want you to get used to doing as you're told. And that's what's going on. Do as you're told. Amazing. I gotta give this to them. Amazingly, nobody died from the flu this year. Nobody. Regular flu, just plain old everyday flu. Usually it takes out anywhere from 80 to 200,000 of us every year. And it didn't take out not a single death from regular flu this year. Isn't that something? Think they're lying to you? You bet they are. You bet it. But if we would all start talking to one another, put the political aside and start looking at what this country is facing, they're up there blowing money like there's no tomorrow up in Washington, D.C. And people Washington, D.C. has no money. Understand that. See, and that's something you younger kids need to get a handle on. If Washington, D.C. goes and passes out free money, that's your future earnings that they're passing out. Understand that. That's your money they're giving to other people. Yeah. Because they're going to be taking it back from you. You're the one going to pay the bill. Congratulations. What? When they talk about paying for your college, they're not paying for your college. They're going to throw it out there right now to shut you up, make you think, oh, aren't they wonderful? And then they're going to take it back from you. When you're in your 30s and your 40s and you're wondering why you're paying so much in taxes. There you go. And if you kids really want to have some fun, what you ought to do is track your real tax. Because your real tax to the federal government is not necessarily federal income tax. Start looking at things like taxes on your cell phones, taxes on your gas, taxes on tires even, federal excise taxes, taxes on everything. And when you total that all together, yeah, you're going to find out how much the government's in your back pocket. Not just the income tax, just not what shows up on that pay stub, children. It's on everything you buy. It's everything. Cell phone, you got this tax and that tax slapped on there. You got federal taxes on your electric and on your gas, and it's all there. I'd seen some figures years back. It's pretty expensive. Makes what comes out of your income tax or out of your paycheck little dinky. Okay, be advised. You pay a lot more in taxes than you think you do. So maybe they won't raise your income tax. Maybe instead they'll just say, well, we're going to slap a bigger charge on your cell phone or on your wireless plans or on your gas bill or on your light bill. They get it back from you. Okay? And that way they don't have to make a big issue of that. Okay? That way they hope you don't figure it out. Because if you ever figured it out and everybody sat down and started talking about this, they'd quickly understand the last thing in the world they want is a United States. Because if we ever unite, they're done, and they know it. They're done, and they know it. Time to quit playing their game. I'm an old man. I ain't gonna be here much longer. You kids are. You younger people are. You better start passing the word. We need to fix this. Otherwise, your future's really bleak. Really bleak. But this government we've got going right now, it is nothing but a joke. A pathetic joke. A bad joke. A very sad joke. There's Jesse Homestead. Love you guys. Appreciate you. There's my political one for the week. Something to mull around if YouTube doesn't take it down. So if there's not a barn chat, I'll let you know on Tuesday that they took it down. Y'all have a great day. You have a wonderful week. Love you guys. Take care.